say mountain.
Fire, what you saying?
Aye.
It's a blessing to be back in the studio, yo. I don't like the Zoom reason. I know you gotta do it sometimes still, but so the
I choose the movement, sexy though,
no, serious thing, everybody busy, man. Fire, what were we reason about today?
Yeah, well, today we are reason about the facade of appearance. We talk about external beauty versus internal beauty. And I feel like there's a big misconception when it comes to this concept of beauty, what is pretty, all of these different things. It's always from an external standpoint, but nobody look on really what is there from the inner standpoint,
Man, listen, I don't know the quote, I'm paraphrasing, right? But you probably know it too from, I think it's in one of the speeches or lectures from By Any Means Necessary, where Malcolm X speaks about how to approach beauty in a woman. And he was saying back in his time that the emphasis is put too much on the external aspect. Now, there has to be a level of attraction, right? But I think the real attraction is internal, like mentally, spiritually, being attractive. And I think that's how you really catch somebody. In our very shallow world, it's kind of weird, Fire, that we talk about this. Listen to this. I know exterior beauty is the criteria that we work with, right? But like 99% of the times, the exterior beauty is false, Fire. That's the illusion. That's the joke. It's like you're basing it off of, because right now, I don't know if cosmetics has gotten cheaper, but like a lot of women lips are swollen right now, Fire. And even men, they getting all type of stuff, whether it's weave in their head or different surgeries. So like in this space and time we're looking at between the BBLs and the body shaping things, the fake nails, fake toenails, eyelashes, men with the fake weave, men on steroids, which is another aspect, fake muscles. We don't know what we're looking at. Come be a part of history and experience the sharing of wisdom from some of the most brilliant thought leaders in our community. Come see Muda Baruka, Styles P, Nori Muhammad, Lawrence Haja, Dr. Dorothy Holly, Dejaz Mach Kwasi, Deborah Hines, and Midwife Asasia impart their wisdom at Groundings with My Brothers and Sisters, a holistic health conference. A plant-based breakfast and lunch are included. Looking forward to seeing you there.
So who set the standard for beauty where everybody I try to go towards? That's the real question,
Big time.
Who set the standard, And where really I take place now is that is a whole topsy-turvy thing, because I realize that this big trendy thing now, I'm pretty sure majority of people know about it, if not all, this whole pop the balloon thing. Sorry, so you live on that rock there.
Well, I'm about to loop. Yeah, I apologize. But what is it?
So pop the balloon is basically a competition. A lot of people are laughing now because they're familiar with it. But pop the balloon is a competition thing. That competition thing is where it's a speed dating type of thing where most basically have a physical appearance first.
A TV show or something?
Yeah, the TV show. But a lot of people in different countries now take it on now and do for them version right now.
Yeah.
So you realize, so if you see a woman when you have a list of woman when you have a child, so pop them balloon based off appearance and all of these different things. No, so what me want to ask now is, yes, there are certain standards when it comes to physicality that the ones have to endure. But most of these people, them say, oh, he's not my type or she's not my type. And I say, what is your type then?
Facts.
And their type is based off of certain different physical things. And a majority of their type is based off of the physicality as opposed to the intellectuality. And that is where the problem stem from now. Because
Fire, listen, before we even cut, right? Anyone notice that dealt with the ladies over the years is that it's the mind, Fire. It's the mind and spirit attraction. That's the bond. And once you get that bond, it's a wrap. That's what sustains relationships long term. You get what I'm saying? Like, I try to maintain myself that I'm physically attracted to my wife, but I think more than the physical attraction, it's the mental and the spiritual attraction that gets her going.
So, more ask that straight though, like
straight.
I have a question for that though. I feel like me have an answer to it in my brain, but more ask that the same way. Because I know a lot of people that ask the question, I might as well reason about it. Your concept of physicality that you like or you cling towards, what inspired that concept of physicality that you are attracted to?
The type of woman I'm attracted to?
Yeah.
Just your upbringing, your environment. I will say that I didn't grow up around weaves and fake nails because my mother never had that.
Yeah.
She never wore makeup. She's a naturally beautiful woman. So I like naturally beautiful. My wife's a naturally beautiful person. She doesn't need all that stuff. Well, they say she wake up like that. That's how she wake up. But
Right.
I think my upbringing, personally, and I
Yeah.
think that's most for people. Yeah, I know there's an influence from outside, but like, if I didn't grow up around the weave thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up around the weave. You know, her nails are always done. That was a pet peeve for me too, because I never saw my mother with chipped nails.
All right.
It's like once they kind of got chipped, she would take them off. So like all those things kind of shape my taste or the type of woman. I don't want, and I want to be clear for those that, now I'm not looking for nobody that look like my mother, Fire. Like, because somebody gonna say that foolishness. But
what
in
is the
regards
standard?
to the standard of a woman, right?
Yeah.
I didn't grow up around weave, right? My mother had a perm.
Yeah.
But then as I got older, Fire, I ain't want no perm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As I kind of learned stuff. But like, I just love natural beauty, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want no preservatives. So it sound away still, but like a
Lot
lot of,
so in a way.
I'm just saying it sound away to people are listening because like a lot of the sisters, they don't understand is that like, if they actually took better care of themselves, right? Like physically and mentally and like, lost some weight, yo, you don't need all that stuff, bro. You're gonna be beautiful. Same thing for the brothers. Like if you actually like got in like semi shape, actually cleaned yourself up and put on decent clothes, Fire, you're gonna have you may not be the heights of handsome like in some magazine, but you're gonna have a look to you, Fire. You're gonna have a vibe that's attractive. And another thing too, because there's so much emphasis on the external, you need to read a lot, Fire. You need to read a lot and be a knowledgeable person so you can understand the human psyche better and understand what's going on in the world so you can actually hold a conversation. And another thing, another skill that goes with the internal, you have to learn how to listen, Fire. Some of y'all don't listen. I just want to talk and blabble all the time. You need to learn how to listen to someone and comfort someone and support someone. I think that goes into that eternal beauty. Like you have the skill of listening. You have to know how to listen to someone. All people want to do is talk. Fire, listen, you could go talk to somebody right now, right? They'll talk for an hour. You talk for 2 seconds. First of all, they're not going to know what you're saying, and they're going to jump right back and talk for an hour. Yeah, that's not attractive.
You know, something I always, me's not a Christian still, you know.
Yeah.
But something I always notice and observe while studying the concept of Christianity is when I'm telling about the devil, them always tell about Lucifer coming sharp and pretty and smooth and all of these different things, and have the vice angel, the archangel, you know, where the sound where the archangel project. And these things are what we need to be aware of, and I feel like most are we not aware of these things in regards to what our concept and ideology is after physical beauty. It block everything it block every single thing because we're starting about the physical appearance where they right this in front. So most of the girls them know it, even ones who are classified as beautiful and pretty and all of these different things. One, when you check it, them confidence level low.
0 Fire.
And then ones them have low confidence level, plus a lot of them have attitude.
Bad.
And all of these different attitude that them have now, and then the build up and the trauma where a lot of them have.
Too much experience.
It not really add up. So that's where we are trying to show people said is if you really place too much emphasis on the physical and then you neglect everything beyond that physical.
Before they
get caught.
Before they complain, listening. Same concept for the men, Fire.
Yeah.
A lot of these men out here handsome and all this and they're wicked and cold, yo. Or borderline retarded. I know I shouldn't use the word retarded, but you get what I'm saying.
But the woman them fall feet because me minor.
But why are they, because what's the standard? External Fire,
external
that's the only
again.
qualification.
Yeah. Them fall feet and then them complain afterward and say, and then them unfortunately, they place this whole thing and men overall saying men are like this, men are like this.
But just even worse, Fire.
But them never take accountability for say, it's because me place too much emphasis on the physicality and because me did see him line up so sharp and me see the smile when him have and me see same pants, it stays so rare.
Especially like right now, as a black man, if you got a little look to you, Fire. The women out here are very aggressive. Yeah.
Nothing else no matter to them.
Yeah, not matter.
Fire. Afterwards, it matter.
You know what's funny? All right, so on this, on this like online dating critique culture, they say like, they want a man with such and such, right? And I call cat, as the young people would say. You know why I say that? There's enough pregnant women out here by themselves, yeah. Right? So obviously people still having sex, a lot of people. And the people you having sex with, don't have no qualifications to sustain no family or provide.
No.
So you may be saying that verbally, but you're still messing with something else. You may verbally say like you don't want to mess with that, but that's the person that you're still messing with. And I said all that to say is that if you got to look as a brother, unfortunately, in regards to, you know, if you want to do your rounds, we don't promote that, but that's your thing. You don't need no job, yeah. I've been saying this for years, yo. You don't need no job, yeah.
Yeah, because we know the system. We know
you don't need no job.
Still.
Listen, you don't need no job. You don't need no house. You don't need no car. Because regardless of women cussing, there are abundance of women that are providing all those things for you.
You know something I noticed.
But it's all based off the look, though. Come be a part of history and experience the sharing of wisdom from some of the most brilliant thought leaders in our community. Come see Muda Baruka, Styles P, Nori Muhammad, Lawrence Haja, Dr. Dorothy Holly, Dejaz Mach Kwasi, Deborah Hines, and Midwife Asasia impart their wisdom at Groundings with My Brothers and Sisters, a holistic health conference. A plant-based breakfast and lunch are included. Looking forward to seeing you there.
That's what that my wife both tell you now. And when we talk about look, is not just about the physical appearance itself as the person, you know. It's about what the person have on. Because I mentioned this pop the balloon thing, but I never even mentioned one of the reasons why it becomes such a thing in my brain.
Yeah.
I watch so much episode just as a study, like a case study.
Yeah.
And when I realize now all of the episode them is this one thing. Most of the people them say them not into somebody because of the shoes.
Yeah.
Or the pants where a person wear, and them are like a personal outfit. So me I say no, sorry, check this level now. Me I say break down the logic for the people them in a fire. Just imagine now, you miss out on a soulmate, or you miss out on a person who can give the energy and the encouragement for uplift yourself because of a shoes or a pants or an outfit. Think about it. Me I ask people a basic question. I can even ask that, how much time your wife wears something where you not like?
Yeah.
Does that mean say you don't like your wife?
Facts.
She can wear something way you not like, or even one of your bridging them same way, take it outside a relationship, can wear a thing and you say, yo, what that fam?
Yeah.
Me not like that. Yeah. Does that mean that person is a bad person? Does that even mean that person can't put themselves together? You just don't like a particular attire based off of your standard within the moment.
But far right, that shows the level that they're on mentally.
Yes, and
then they reach certain heights, because one is just like, one is acceptance, like you can't accept people's style, like that's their style. You get what I'm saying? Like, what does the person's clothing have to do with the being of that person?
That is it.
But I wanted to add something else before we even get to the being. Was flopping people out with this external between the looks and the sex fire. Some people find themselves in a lot of problems on both sides of the fence. You get what I'm saying? And like a lot of brothers are with women that destroying their lives, but they look good and the sex good. A lot of these women with men destroying their lives, fire, but they look good and the sex good. Some of the sad part for the women is the dude don't even look good. So you're not even a presentable person you could bring out and say, yo, this is my man or something. And that they basically hide them, but they want the company and the sex. So the distortion of the view and the sex, I would put the sex on the external. I know people say it's internal still, right? But I put that kind of on the external too, because just like that's what's deceiving the minds of people and putting them in a long-term bad situation.
Yeah, then I sent the people right now are sentence themselves to, I give themselves prison sentence, you know.
Big time.
Based off of the souls them where them start interact with, you know.
Time,
most people, you know. And that's all because of their expectation of what beauty is. Yeah. And then when we think about this whole concept of beauty, nobody is almost like it's a new trend when we realize when it comes to this external beauty thing, it's no longer self-hate, it's no longer colonialism, it's now a fashion trend. Like people are gonna look at me and tell me, say as a big man, say bleaching is just a style. It's just a style thing. How can you tell me that bleaching is a style? How can you even look at me and tell me that a BBL is a style thing? Because how can a woman be real when she's fake? If you get it, like she literally is fake. So how can she be real? You know, in the pop culture, I guess you say there's a justification for everything, and when you break it down, it doesn't. And what's the justification? Right? I'm yet to hear one justification that makes sense when you come and tell it, and then I can give you a justification. Yeah. This is a shortcut to get something that I think is valuable.
right? I don't want to do the long haul and actually work on myself and deal with the internal healing. So therefore, I'll add stuff on which would make me even feel worse about myself because these things can't fill the void that's going on within inside
Mama, does that
myself.
justification make sense? That don't make sense. That don't make sense.
I'm just telling you, like that's like the logic in the sense that we say it out loud in the sense like because say with a man that's increasing his height or adding calves or adding abs and all, it's just like I don't feel worthy enough in my current state. And I know sometimes in certain circles, people may criticize that, but that is very sad for a person to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
I understand if you got like a burn or something going on, but if you're just chilling and everything's working properly, you're like, man, I'm about to get a surgery.
I still don't understand with the burn or thermal and these things because a lot of these people try to use this thing. All right, see the self-hate is that there's always a level. There's levels of self-hate. So I figure that's where they are referring.
I used to have an S curl. So that's a form of self-hate.
No, used to them in the cream we hear in the past and all these things that self-hate.
I just want to say that's a form.
It seems cool.
I think waves are a form of self-hate too. People don't want to say that.
They don't want to say it.
But I think because I've seen guys with waves criticize a woman with a perm, and I'm just like, I had waves, Fire, and I wasn't pleased with the texture of my head. And
so
I altered it. So regardless of what you say, that's a form of self-hate.
That's why we say there's levels to the whole thing. Because I realize this whole external beauty thing is almost, again, see this concept of rewriting history that take place in so much different spaces. But this quote unquote beauty space is where majority of the self-hate that take place. And it's always like, this is the in thing. This is the in thing. Okay. It's no longer we don't love ourselves. It's not a concept of black women now naturally born with a body or can get that type of body, yet still they go and alter that. And that wasn't the case first because it's not even them that created that whole scenario. And it was also built off of their type of structure from a DNA perspective. So you show you how ignorant most of this thing is.
The thing too, there's another aspect too, which we have to add in there. There's the self-hate, which we were bringing there, or struggling with self, or accepting self. But there's a competition aspect to it that leads you to it, because that BBL is not for men, Fire. It's for women.
Mm-hmm.
Because from what I understand, I've never seen a BBL naked, right? But from what I understand, it look crazy when it's naked. So it's really made just for the clothes with their competition with other women. And I think a lot of brothers need to understand, like, a lot of these things these women are doing are not for men, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're for other women. Now, men may be doing a lot of stuff for other women, but women are doing a lot of stuff. Their competition is so raging, Fire, and so strong that it leads them to do irrational behaviors, whether it's altering themselves or putting themselves in financial problems, buying certain stuff to be in this competition with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So like men are out the mix with a lot of these things. So like when they're doing these altering, because there's a certain level of man that's not going to be with a woman with these alterations, Fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen. Maybe if a one-off, he want to sleep with him, I don't know that. But in regards to like settling down and being, if you're in a certain circle, Fire, you can't bring no woman there with a BBL. Like no one's going to take you seriously.
Yeah.
You agree what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like no one's going to, so it's like, that's only works in a certain demographic. Because Fire, I was just in a certain place, right? And like, truth be told, majority of black women there had natural hair, but it was in a certain economic level and it was a certain education level. I ain't really see nobody there. Nobody was there with a weave. Put it like that. Nobody was there with a weave. Maybe a little texture like a perm or something, but there was no weave and there was no like all this eyelashes and all this stuff, because it's just not accepted in certain areas.
And it's almost, see, when the dust settle, that's the whole thing. Yeah, when the dust settle, I think the real thing that gonna start come out when the dust settle, because people are gonna really start overstand. So all of this facade and physical appearance thing where we are run down, and even I know a lot of people, women don't even like that about this concept and the extra makeup and all of these different things, because it's a thing them a cover up. I realize all of these different things, regardless of how we want to put it, is a matter of covering up, masking up, and trying to cover up certain type of things that we don't like about ourselves, or we hate about ourselves from a physical standpoint. It's just a cover up. And then when the dust settles, now we realize, these things really don't matter in the context of life and regardless. And when it comes towards the ultimate goal that we are trying to achieve, then that's where embarrassment come. Hold on there. There's an embarrassment. There's an embarrassment come in, and then we will overstand now. Say the intellectual capacity where we're supposed to have that are dwindle more and more, while we physical thing them just expand. So a girl have one bodice and it gone way out there so, and it just grow and grow. But same time now, our intellectual curiosity just dwindle. A youth now just cream out him here and I put a bleach out him skin and a deal dollars tattoo, but him intellectual curiosity just dwindle. And then we check it out now, we just get captivate we. And all of these products where them a sell, we are buy them and make these people richer and richer, but yet still now with them just enslave we, and we start complain now again, as we talked with in the previous episode, complain about these things when we cause them thing up on ourselves too.
No, big time, man. And what I noticed too, man, talking to brothers, because I don't know if it says tell me my life story on my forehead, but people tend to tell me their thing. And I noticed when the men complain about women, this and that, I think some of them are delusional to a certain aspect because, Fire, we got to acknowledge how energy attracts certain things. And they may verbally say they want something different, but the space that they're in, that's what they want, Fire, and that's what they're getting. You have to change internally to attract something different. A lot of these people want all these different things that if you get it, what are you going to do with it? You're not compatible. You may say you want it, or that may be the trending thing to say you want it, but what are you going to do? For instance now, right? I'm married, so I'm out the market, right? But if I was on the market as I am right now, Fire, these women come, what? Fire, it's not going to work, yeah? You get what I'm saying? Because the standard I will hold you to, you're not there. And you're not willing to get there. So it's like, it's not going to work. It's not no free fall around me, Fire. It's a certain standard of life and certain principles. If you can't match that, it's not going to work. So it's like you want a certain man with certain things, but you cannot roll with that person because, all right, let me tell you this, yo. This happens with both men and women, and my brother breaks it down brilliantly. I wish he was here to say it. But he was talking about with the women, it's just like they always say, yo, why this woman, she a doctor and she messing with this dude, or, she's a whatever and she's messing with this dude, or whatever. She's just working and it's easy to maintain, Fire. There's no expectation for her. She runs the show. She does whatever. She's in charge. I don't want to put myself, it's like an athlete or artist in a sense where it's like, I notice now with the younger players, it's like they only hoop with those they feel they can dominate or at least on the same level. They're not going to the runs where these dudes are in the league or they're superior to them because they don't want that challenge. And it's the same concept in these relationships. It's just like, I'm just going to mess with someone below me because the expectation is so low, I don't have to do anything.
The fear that
you get what I'm saying? So, all right. So it's like you want to be around a certain man, but like it sounds shallow in a way when they say this, but like you got to be at a certain health. Now, if things go array, go array. You get what I'm saying? We don't have full control, but like you have to maintain your look a certain way to be around certain people. It's just reality. This man has a plethora of options. So he not going to sit there with something that's popped down, Fire, when he not popped down. Why would he do that?
But you see, the whole fear thing and it's a self-destruction. So the fear will lead to a self-destruction. And then when we think about the concept of even the self-destruction now, we start sitting and meds it now. Because after we make sure so we emphasize it. When a woman see all of these things where she like physically and in a man, and then she realizes she could get 1 youth, 2 youth, 3 youth, or whoever, how much she want to have with him. And she realizes him can't sustain, him can't even have a basic conversation towards her development. As vice versa, a man gonna get a girl where she's so curvy and all of these different things and she's beautiful towards based off of that external structure now. When him get she and him overstands her, she can't even balance things within the household. She can't have that reasoning. She's so insecure. What you gonna do?
But sorry. It's what goes to what I said earlier is that they get deceived by the looks and the sex, Fire. They saw it already, but they were in denial about it. Because a lot of these things you see early, Fire, and you experience early. We lie to ourselves. Listen, anyone I've been with, I've seen the writing on the wall. Whether I wanted to work with it or not, but it was me being in denial about the situation.
Yeah, but everybody brain I think the way they need that to see me. Some
Well,
people
is it the
some
argument
people,
where you think they're gonna change?
some no, not even there. So some in some environment, like if a youth party every day,
Yeah.
him get exposed to party girls.
Facts.
Vice versa, if a girl party every day, she exposed to party man. There's a certain look that come within a party realm, and that's a norm in a dear world.
Yeah.
So it's the expectations. It's not we are probably place too much credit or get too much credit to the expectations what them having at the end. For them, within the moment, it's about what that physical means and being clingy to that. So if a man drive a Benz and him a bleach out and she can say, well, our man have tattoo and him drive a Benz.
No, I understand
So
that.
she not think about future implications.
But what I'm saying is that during that time, right, you'll see like, yo, this man get extremely angry. Or you'll see certain things, right? That you physically see. But you're in denial in it for whatever reason. Is it if it's the attention you get from being around the person?
Most time I denial the attention.
Yeah,
It's more and I denial it more nicer. Nicer for this. So me endure all of these negatives when I notice.
Yeah.
Because when it come to the party, me can pull up in the Benz too and me can. So you understand?
But as my mother would say, then they shouldn't complain then, fire.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because you identify it, but you said, yo, I like this that comes with it, a little money or the loving and whatever's going on. And you deny the other things. But you know what happened? As you with that person more, the other things gonna come raging. Yeah. Especially if you have a kid, fight.
We have to reevaluate
especially if you have a kid,
and start play some importance for reasoning again. For I feel like that is a last act.
Especially when you have kids, all negative traits get magnified. Yeah.
Facts.
Serious thing.